It's a way of the Mr. Quickie, oh yeah. For the last 6 years, now going on 7, I've been leasing my cars. I'm not even sure why I lease. I think my accountant told me it would be a good thing for tax purposes or something. I don't know. But it is fun to get a new car every 3 years, especially with all the new tech these things come with now. If you have an older car, you might be missing out. When you do get a new car now, one piece of tech you get is a free 3-month subscription to Sirius XM radio. I always continue the service afterwards. I think I pay like $6 a month. But this time the service ran out, and I kept forgetting to switch it over from my old car's subscription, which runs out in February. The fun thing about that is that the radio in my new car, it defaulted to a Christian radio station here in LA. As many of you know, I haven't been religious since 1992, leaving the Mormon Church officially in 1993. But I still had quite a bit of interaction with religious folks, as my in-laws were still all very Mormon with the exception of one brother-in-law. In 2008, when my daughter went off to college, my first wife and I finally divorced. And since then, I haven't really had any day-to-day interactions with the deeply religious. Having heard that kind of talk again, all I can say is, wow! Listening to this religious station for the last few days has reminded me just how crazy religious people are. That's not fair. That's not fair. I apologize. It's not that they're crazy. It's that they're batshit crazy. Seriously. Most of the Christians I hear now are apologists here on YouTube, and with the exception of Cameron from the Capturing Christianity channel talking to a priest about demon possession, they seem to be attempting to appear somewhat rational and slightly sane. So this was a genuine revelation. Christian radio doesn't even attempt to dial it back. They just say what they want to say. It's like the religious version of locker room talk, insulated from anyone giving them any kind of pushback in something like a comment section here on YouTube. They just let it all hang out. And I'm not even talking about all the really crazy stuff like the mark of the beast or all of that end times nonsense. I'm just talking about the sheer amount of presumption. It seems like every 10 seconds you're hearing someone tell you they know exactly what God wants, what he thinks, what he feels about all the various minutiae of day-to-day life. And there's not even a thought of qualifying these comments with the truth, that this is what God wants, thinks, and feels according to a bunch of ignorant people who thought they were talking to God 2,000 years ago. I heard one woman talking about how she's trying to have better communications with her teenage daughter. She said she started to say something one day about her daughter's acne, but then stopped herself and thought better of it. Except it wasn't her own cognitive function that stopped her. Of course not. It was the Lord. She knew it was the Lord. Apparently they're very deeply connected, and he's just looking out for her left and right while he lets 10,000 children starve to death every day. Of course, atheists like myself, without that deep connection to the Lord, couldn't possibly consider what we say before we say it, right? Something like that really does require a supernatural intervention by the Lord himself, obviously. But what a busy guy. I mean, it's almost unfathomable. The Lord is helping people consider their words, find their keys, push out that difficult dookie. No wonder he doesn't have time to help all those starving children. I remember that way of thinking, finding the Lord's hand in every little part of my life and feeling such gratitude for having his assistance. Even worse, feeling the privilege of being in his inner circle, feeling special and even better than. How could you not, given all that attention from the creator of the universe, helping you with your words, your keys, and yes, even helping you drop your kids off at the pool? Having remembered that, though, and hearing all this kind of talk again on this Christian radio station, I really do think it's time for me to get serious again. I'm sure you'll agree. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching.